Hi there and welcome to What Matters Most. So what I thought we'd do today, just a little bit of a break from normal, I thought I'd get along with my friend Lynette because she's a dance teacher and she actually works for herself. So I thought it would be a good idea to get her to explain why she does what she does, why she made the choice to do what she does now, and why it really matters to her that she gets the outcome that she needs. So without further ado, here's Lynette, and the dance that she teaches is called Fitsteps. So come on then, tell us all about why you've chosen to do what you do. Explain about Fitsteps and just let us know a little bit more about it, because it's not particularly well known yet.
No, it's not really, although it has been going probably in its third year. It's choreographed by Ian Waite and Natalie Lowe of Strictly Come Dancing.
Oh, so you've got real professionals in there then?
Yes, and I have actually had a masterclass with them, which was great fun. I'm not a dancer, but what basically happened is I'm a qualified aerobic teacher, qualified 20 years ago. I started teaching about 3 years ago, and it didn't really take off. I taught it for about a year, and then I started to put some dance moves in my classes, and then a friend of mine said, I've been to a Fitsteps class, I think you'd really like to do it.
Oh,
So
okay.
I just then signed up for the course, never been to a class at all, but I just went, and it blew my mind. So you get a whole day and you're dancing for about 5 hours, and then at the end of the day they then test that you're going to be suitable enough to go away and learn the dances and teach them. What I love about it is that you don't need a partner, and men can come along if they want to.
No, you haven't got any men there yet. I mean, I've been going to your class for 6 months or so. I haven't seen a man there yet, but I am tempted to try and take my dad along with me because he likes dancing too.
Oh, that would be amazing. Well, I have had 4 men have come through the classes. They've sort of come in and out, but that's just the same as women do. You know, they come and go, and but I think I don't know if men find it a little bit more embarrassing, but there really is no need, and it's great fun, and it's a good chance to meet other people anyway. But so the reason really I stuck to it was because I just love dancing so much. I love to be fit. I also unfortunately suffer with a condition called vertigo, which I've had for over 20 years, but I find that dancing alleviates the problem. So I might be quite dizzy at the beginning of my class, but I let my class members know, and they're all quite cool about it. And then by the time I've finished, I feel normal again. Apart from the odd stumble, most people don't even realise that there's a problem.
Now that's really counterintuitive, isn't it? Because you would have thought dizziness, dancing, moving around a little bit, probably not the thing you should be doing. So it must be really interesting if you were to have a few kind of inquiries from people that do suffer from vertigo or Meniere's disease or kind of general dizziness, just to get them to give a go.
Well, no, I have got a lady that comes with a condition, I can't remember what it's called now, BV I think it's called, but that's a form of dizziness. And although Fitsteps don't really recommend that you exercise with dizziness, because I have a vertigo issue, and everyone works at their own level anyway, and if there are spins that they don't want to do, they can do that on the spot, they don't have to spin. But I definitely think it's worth giving it a try if you are a vertigo sufferer, to try and alleviate any problems.
That's brilliant. I love the classes, and I mean, for me, I just find it really, really fun, because normally I would go out and run or go into the garage and run on the treadmill and stuff like that. But to actually go to a class that's really good fun, it stops and starts, so you can catch your breath if you don't feel as fit as you'd like to be, and you can vary it, can't you, and make it as hard as you want by just doing slightly different moves, or you can pull it down a little bit.
Indeed, and it does depend on the members in the class at the time, and sometimes I might do a high intensity dance and then low, and we go up and down, remembering it's interval training, which means you're burning more calories as well. And we cover all sorts of dances: the quick step, the waltz, the cha-cha-cha, the tango, which is one of my favourite, really good, strong for the arms, same as the paso doble. And you do not need to be able to dance. That's the wonderful thing about it. And you just come away. I come away feeling really bit of a buzz, and just helping people. I've got people come to my classes all for different reasons. Some members, one or two members have recently lost husbands, etc. And they used to dance, ballroom dance, when they were much younger, so they come to the classes. Other people just haven't got much confidence. Other people have weight issues or need to make some friends. So everybody comes for a different reason, which is why I think it works so well. And the age range is quite interesting. I think my youngest Fitstepper has been 18 and my eldest is 79.
79, wow. I do know that once we put this video on YouTube, I'm going to send it to some of my friends, because they were saying, oh, can't do that, too old to do that, no, definitely can't do it. So 79. If you manage to see this first, you know who I'm talking about. I'm not going to name names though, definitely not naming names. So if you were to do, so there's no such thing as an ideal Fitstepper then, can be anyone.
Yes,
as long as
anyone.
they like dancing.
Yes.
How, I know this is kind of affiliated in a way to Strictly, because the dancers from Strictly are two of the professionals, and they've kind of put all this together. Do you find that you get much more interest at this time of the year, because people are seeing Strictly on the telly, and they're getting they kind of hear all the comments that Darcy Bustle might make about your top line, or you're kind of making sure that you pull your core in and things like that? Are you finding there's more interest at this time of year?
Well, believe it or not, I don't think that Fitsteps is out there enough at the moment, and there hasn't really been a link with Strictly and Fitsteps yet, but I'm hoping that will come in the future, and eventually, that the name will sort of get out there and people realise what it is. And also the other thing about Fitsteps is lots of people have always wanted to be able to dance, and I've certainly always said I really wish that I could do some ballroom dancing or do this and that and the other, and partner doesn't want to do it, whatever. And that's the other thing. So it's almost a bit like being a bit of a princess, but actually without the partner. But with regards to, Strictly and Fitsteps, hopefully, fingers crossed, in the future that it might connect. But the tips are fabulous from Strictly, and certainly my current class members are very interested and come in and say, oh, what about that tip? What about that tip? And I'm always constantly picking up things, and we apply them to the class, so that makes your work a lot harder.
Yeah, I mean, it's great, because you can really relate to some of the things that they're saying on Strictly, like when they say things like swivel with you and use your knees and cross your legs over when you're doing a Charleston. Exactly. There's a Charleston dance in the middle of it, and if you're kind of doing all this kind of thing and moving around with your knees, it actually becomes easier, although it's quite hard to start off with.
Exactly.
And even
pulling your shoulders
back
down and down for the tango.
Yeah.
And making sure the arms are nice and strong and keeping that straight line. It's fabulous. There's lots of good tips. So
if you were to talk about what Fitsteps has given you back in return, what do you think has been the thing that you've most pulled out of it, both on a kind of a personal and a professional basis?
I think on a personal level, it's kind of given me a bit of a purpose. For me, it's like I'm giving something to the community. And because I do teach this in quite small villages, I think it's, it gives everyone a purpose, something to come along to and just to be social. And I actually feel really good about that. And I feel really good that people come and ask me advice about maybe some weight loss. And although I'm not a qualified nutrition or anything like that, I can give a few, hints and tips of, what to do. Personally, it also keeps me fit, which I'm getting paid to be fit, which is rather lovely. I think it's great for my son to see that his mum's working so hard, and he actually comes along sometimes and helps. Just trying to think what else. Can't think of anything at the moment.
So from the point of view of being a mum, does the ability to plan your day outside of a 9-to-5 job, does that make a difference? Because you can, there was no classes last week because it was half term, so you can take time off.
I can take time off. And that's to be honest, that is the only time I take time out now is in term time, when the children are on holiday. to work around that, because I have done that and it doesn't always work, because there's quite a few mums and grandmums, you know, that are looking after kids.
Yeah.
So the classes become too small. So I tend to just take a break. So that really works around school. Although having said that, there's a lot behind the scenes. So I may come to a class and it's 45 minutes start to finish. But there's a lot of dances to learn. And I do those at home, in the dining room, during the week. There's also extra paperwork and things like that. So although people only see the 45-minute classes they come to, there is a lot of, there's a lot of input. There is emailing each week just to remind people to, it's on, come along, da-da-da. And if they put their names down, or if they prepaid, for example, to save a few pennies here and there. And then obviously learning the dances as well. So although it's not a 9-to-5 job, I can fit it, if you like, in between school hours. So I might spend an hour or a couple of hours a day on other bits and pieces to do with it. So it works well. It works well for me, yeah.
Okay, so there you go. Fitsteps. Not only is it the new fitness craze out there, it's something which actually is really joyful, because who doesn't like having some really good music on and having a little move around to it, and safe in the knowledge that you don't need a partner, you can just go along. It helps you get fit, helps you lose weight. It can be quite sociable as well. So if you want to know more about Fitsteps in particular, then get in touch with Lynette. So what you need is, it's a Facebook page and it's called Fitsteps with Lynette.
That's right, yes.
So yeah, but if you want to know any more about how you can maybe do something quite different, but still work around your children or term times or anything else like that, then please just get in touch. So there you go. You found out what matters most to Lynette and what Fitsteps is all about, all in one fell swoop. So bye for now.